Yep, Dudley shouldn't be in the stories of Sodor at all. Not because of any outside influences, and not because of the model itself. It's because of stories of Sodor has reached a point where it doesn't need to rely on new fan characters to drive the story forward. And I think putting Dudley on spot in Stories of Sodor Season 6 will take away attention from characters that are actually important. I'll get back to this in a later part, but suffice it to say, I should go more into detail on why Dudley shouldn't be in Stories of Sodor. Alright, so for starters, I think the top priority of Season 6 should expand on how Thomas's death is dealt by the other engines. Not just Thomas's death, but every character that died in this season. How does this affect their workload and their mental state? I think by introducing this season with the consequences of Season 5 will impact the story more and make it more intriguing to us, the audience. It also gives us a chance to introduce and reintroduce us to characters like Harvey, Winston, Albert, Murdoch, etc. And I think that's the first problem with Dudley being introduced. It creates a problem where it introduces an unnecessary plotline to the already bloated season, since this season includes the Arlesdale engines. Also, in order for Dudley's story to work at all, you would need to make Gordon and James to believe him. And while I think other fanciers could get away with this, I don't see the Victorverse getting away with fooling James, Gordon, or really any other character for Dudley to fall into, I'd say. I'd rather spend this season building up older characters while getting a couple new ones from the hit era, arguably. And in short, Dudley shouldn't be here because it's an already bloated series. You can have the scrapping of steam engines plot without Dudley. He doesn't have to play a major role, only a minor one. See, this is where Bear comes into play. See, Bear in Dudley's story was basically manipulated and abused, but we never were shown the full aftermath of the story. Here's where I drop my own idea in. Imagine for a second after Peter and Jeffrey's death, we have Sir Topham Hatt trial run two diesels. One is Bowler, and the other one is Bear. The events of Super Rescue happen, only this time, after the story happens, Bear is somewhat still distrustful of steam engines, and this is used as a character arc for Bear, until he reveals why he doesn't trust steam engines, and it is revealed because he was kicked out of his own rail region by a steam engine. Now in our minds we think this engine is Dudley, but Bear or anyone doesn't have to say his name. The Dudley story's events are hinted at as to why Bear is on Sodor, but never directly said. He overcomes his fear of steam engines and socializes more, completing his character arc and having a decent 3 to 4 episode story. Hell, you can even fit in some fan stories in there if you want. I think this story could replace the Dudley story entirely, and we can get a new angle on the steam versus diesel conflict. While introducing / reintroducing characters, we could have had Winston be the one who helps get Bear through this troubled time of his. And honestly, that's all I have to say on this topic. There's not much else to say, and this is just my 2 cents going out in there. Dudley doesn't need to be in the stories of Sodor at all, because there's arguably better characters like Winston, Murdoch that could be more fleshed out, and arguably also Albert as well. And that's all I have for today. See you, and I hope you have a good day. Peace.